is KOB4 Night Beat.
Right now on the Night Beat, a growing list of deadly teenage crime has some calling for harsher punishment for juvenile offenders.
But many others are asking the question, where are these kids' parents? That was what many of you wanted to know after 4 kids, one as young as just 11 years old, reportedly ran down and killed local bicyclist Scott Habermill. We're only going to show this video once tonight, because it is the moment investigators say those kids recorded themselves in a stolen vehicle, intentionally running over Habermill as he was simply biking to work. Habermill died. The Sandia Labs engineer raised 2 boys in Albuquerque, and his widow said the quiet part out loud during a memorial for her husband.
The state of New Mexico, CYFD, and the parents, guardians of the juveniles are all complicit in Scott's death.
Our 4 Investigates team continues to examine our state's juvenile justice puzzle with our Missing Pieces series.
4 Investigator Ryan Laughlin has some insight into one burning question, again, often unanswered. Where are the parents?
Help us, somebody, please.
Did you guys see what happened?
No, I
It wasn't clear right away.
Scott, last name is Habermill.
After daybreak, police began to put together the puzzle. Close to a year after Scott Habermill's murder, social media videos provided more pieces and led police to 4 Albuquerque kids. When investigators showed the video of the deadly crash to one suspect, then 13-year-old Jonathan Overbay and his mom, Tina Overbay, he looked surprised. She?
I wish that I could have made you hot tonight. I was gonna make enchiladas.
Worried about his next meal. As for the other suspects' parents,
5 kids.
All boys.
Kyle Engelking, the father of then 15-year-old Elijah Engelking,
Were you in the car with them that night?
Oh, no.
Dad appeared to know the troublemakers in the group
So I'm begging to stay away from those 2.
because he worked at Albuquerque Public Schools.
I've dealt with him at APS so many times.
Public records show Engelking worked patrol for APS. He says he's since taken a different security job. Then 16-year-old William Garcia's parents,
Are we able to be in the room with our son?
Will and Janice, are now co-parenting William, and they lawyered up pretty quick.
How much of this is on parents?
Ideally, I think a lot of it falls on parents.
Dr. George Davis was the director of psychiatry at CYFD, and he says this puzzle is complicated.
I don't necessarily jump to the conclusion that that parent is deficient.
But he's not surprised to learn about the youngest kid accused of killing Habermill.
You're breaking the system.
Police struggled with how to detain the then 11-year-old Messiah Hayes. They settled with an air mattress in the interview room. No parent ever showed up. Mom and Dad aren't in the picture. Hayes' uncle looks after him when he's not in CYFD custody.
How do you teach a kid that if you do something that hurts somebody, you need to pay for that?
Yeah, and there's the secret. You don't teach that to them at age 17. You teach them that through the course of their entire life. A lot of times it's lack of knowledge. Some people think, the more you hit kids, the better they are. We know that's not true. That's been proven over and over again. Some people think, if you just befriend kids and give them what they want, that will work. That also doesn't work.
Be strong, okay? Let's run.
Before Jonathan Overbay pleaded guilty to second-degree murder.
Love you. Kiss. Best friend.
His mom shared a personal piece of this puzzle with police.
I'm pregnant. And he was like, when you have the baby, are you treating different and stuff like that. So we had a little moment last night.
So this is your first, second kid?
5th kid.
This is your 5th kid? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring in 4 Investigator Ryan Laughlin, because Ryan, I know some people just watch this and are probably furious that a parent would seemingly coddle their kid after they've seen video showing them involved in somebody's killing. Is that a fair reaction to have?
Well, to Dr. Davis's point, some parents don't know any better. He also really hammered home the point that childhood trauma is a huge indicator of future juvenile delinquency.
We did not hear from or see Messiah Hayes' parents. Just to clarify, he was the youngest in this group. He was just 11 years old at the time. But do we know anything about his parents?
We have some new information. When Hayes was just 8 years old, his mom had a massive heart attack. His defense attorneys say it was Hayes attempting CPR as he watched his mom die in his arms. Dad wasn't able to take care of him after then. Of course, that's according to his defense attorney. A couple years later, we have this alleged crime spree that Hayes is carrying out. One of the alleged crimes was Habermill's killing.
So this kind of leads, though, to another piece in this very complicated puzzle of juvenile justice, the fact that some parents aren't involved at all.
Yeah, and some parents that say that they are involved don't know what to do. Hayes, for example, was reported missing to Albuquerque police just months actually before he was alleged to have committed this crime. And there's other parents that are saying that they're trying, but they're not getting the help they need. You remember all those guns found at Albuquerque public schools?
Yeah, it was just a few weeks ago. To remind everybody, 5 guns found on or near APS campuses, and then 6 kids were detained.
And one of them, the stepmother of the 15-year-old girl who was arrested for bringing a gun just outside of Del Norte, she contacted us. She said that it's not fair to blast the parents that are involved in these types of juvenile crime instances. She says that some parents are asking for help and they're not getting it. She wouldn't show her face on TV, but she wants you to hear what she has to say.
Okay.
If she doesn't see the consequences before her, she's not going to learn.
You don't necessarily want her to be mandated to be locked up.
No. Absolutely not.
You're saying if that's what it takes in some places for a wake-up call.
Exactly.
You're good with that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But you want to mandate treatment.
Yes.
To help give her the tools so she doesn't think she needs to come in here, pull the camera off the wall, rummage through your drawers so she can bring a gun to school.
And put herself in a situation that she could possibly never come out of.
Tessa, this 15-year-old girl also does not have her biological mom in the picture. She had a ton of problems with school fights before those eventually escalated to more problems at home.
So it sounds like her parents won't take accountability, but it's not a school district or a police department's job to raise a child. So what gives here? They
say they feel powerless. They've tried discipline measures. They've tried other things. They want to force their daughter to get mental health treatment. But the law says in this state, as kids as young as 14 years old can take control of their own medical care. So if a 15-year-old says, no, I'm not doing it, the power that they have is pretty minimal. They also say they called police, say, hey, my daughter's out of control. She's a runaway. Police take report after report. Now she's, locked up and going to have some mandated things happening for her. But it's like, what levers can parents pull if they're no control? Yes, hands are tied to some degree. I actually brought up the 14-year-old medical intervention thing to lawmakers years ago. Still has not been addressed at the Roundhouse. Intervening with troubled kids before they pick up a gun, before they steal a car, needs to be part of the conversation. I think everybody knows that, and the solutions will surely be debated because what do you know? We're heading into election season. Ryan, thanks so much.